Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a ship with me. I have quite a few orders to get out, so let's just jump in. So I made a gross profit of $1,050 and a net profit of $856.58. I did make a total of 38 sales across 4 platforms, 16 on eBay, 16 on Poshmark, 5 on Mercari, and 1 on Depop. All right, so the first one is actually a bundle on Poshmark. It was just this really pretty bathing suit from a brand called 𝕃. I guess I'm not gonna be able to do these all together. But it was a pretty bathing suit by 𝕃, and then a cute little dress from a brand called South Shore. Now I picked this one up due to the fact that it was kind of like a novelty print. It had butterflies all over it, and then the last piece was actually these pair of pull-on pants that had like this really pretty embroidery to the ankle. So I thought that, you know, it looked really nice, so I should pick it up. It kind of almost looked like linen, and you already know linen is really the it girl right now, so I picked that up. They placed all of these items in their cart and then they checked out, so we love that. I love when people do that instead of sending me a lowball offer, because I already provide 30% off on 3 or more items in a bundle. But yeah, so this was a pretty good sale. I have to say that all of these pieces did take a little while to sell, so I was happy to see them bundled and then, you know, getting out the door, and it was a cute little bundle here. Now this one actually sold for $58.80, and I did pay $3.61 collectively at the bins for all 3 pieces, and then I made a profit of $43.43 after fees and cost of goods. So this is actually just a really pretty Free People mini dress. I picked this up at the bins. Honestly, y'all, all of this is from the bins, so if I didn't tell you, it's from the bins. But this was a really pretty dress, and I was really happy to find it, just because we all know that people say Free People just does not sell, and honestly it's really about what you pick up. Since I do go to the bins, I pick up just about everything if it's not flawed, and if it's in like a you know, a really nice style that could be current, not like something you can tell is from 2015 or like 2010. I try to stick to, like, you know, trendier pieces. But I ended up getting this one, and I want to say maybe this one sat for about 2 weeks, if that, maybe less. But it did sell, and it sold for $57. They sent me an offer, and I was like, of course. I had it listed at $68, which I was shooting pretty high, but I wanted to get about $40 to $50 for this one, so that's why I priced it pretty high. I typically don't price my Free People high, but I wanted to make a really good profit because that one was a size medium and it had like a linen blend, so it was just kind of gotta do that. But anyways, this one actually sold for $57. I did pay $1.53 for it, and I made a profit of $44.07 after fees and cost of goods. This one is a pretty decent brand called 𝕃. I actually picked this brand up once before, and I still have the dress. I definitely overpriced the dress, and I know that I did, so I do need to go in and, you know, drop the price on it so I can get out the door. But someone came in and of course liked the item. My bot sent them an offer, they accepted it. I didn't price this one high just because it was a top and it was an extra small, so I feel like with those factors I just didn't want to have to sit on the item, so I went on and priced it. I want to say like at 35 or 32. So it sold for $28, and I only paid $1.28 for it, and I made a profit of $21.12 after fees and cost of goods. This one actually sold within like, I want to say maybe 2 days of me listing it. I know that I priced it lower. I probably could have priced it in the 40s and waited around to get like 35 to 44, but I didn't want to do that. This one actually shocked me. These are a pair of easel pants, and they're like a cargo wide leg style, pull on all the things. Now I only picked this one up due to style, and I was actually really happy with how quickly it sold and for the amount that it sold for, because I've never picked up easel, and easel is a boutique brand if I'm not mistaken. So this one was listed, and I want to say like what, 3 or 4 days had passed, and then somebody came in and purchased it for my full asking price. I did price it at $32 because I was hoping to get about 20 to 25 for it, but they purchased it outright. And again, 𝕊𝕇 is a boutique brand, but I think the style is what sold this. It just has so many factors going on with it. So it was just like, you know, why not? And of course I used all the right keywords to get the right buyer, but this one did sell for $32. I did pay $126 for it, and I made a profit of $24.34. All right, so this is a cute little Lulu's dress. I'll be honest with you guys, I really need to stop picking these up, but I find them so much at the bins, and I pretty much pick up all sizes and all styles. I don't really like key into, you know, a specific size or a specific style, because all of the sizes and the styles sell for me. So I just kind of pick up what I think somebody would want. And this was just a cute little black dress, and had like a mock neck. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to sell this late. I thought this one would have sold, you know, more closest to winter time, but hey, we still love a good flip. But this one sold for $27. I did have this one priced, I want to say at $32. They sent me a $27 offer, and I thought that was incredibly reasonable, so I accepted it. But I did pay $1.14 for this at the Goodwill Outlet, and I made a profit of $20.46 after fees and cost of goods. And I wouldn't say go around picking up all Lulu's, because she has definitely taken a falling from grace. I feel like back in the day you could get about $35 to $40 for it, but nowadays you have to be real specific with what you pick up, because I definitely have a handful of pieces still sitting, so gotta wait for the right buyer at this point. This one kind of shocked me because I have this exact same top in my closet in black, and I've had it for about 3 or 4 months now. I listed this one, and this one got immediate attention, and this one actually sold within like a day or two, if that. Like, it was really quick. So and I think the main reason why is because not only was it like a really pretty tan colorway, like I said, the other one was black, but this one also was a size medium, so I think that also played a role in it. So probably just those sizes that are bigger than a size extra small or small when it comes to free people will always perform better. So I would suggest looking into it. I don't typically look up comps and stuff on any free people item. I just kind of go with my gut on whether or not I think it would sell, if it's still kind of trendy, if it has, like, you know, the styles that people are kind of looking for right now, then I'll just go ahead and pick it up and kind of hope for the best. Because if all else fails, I'll just price mine a little bit lower and it'll get out the door. But this one sold for $28, and I did pay $1.04 for it, and I made a profit of $21.36 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so these are some J. Jill shorts. These are like some linen shorts. I was pretty disappointed with these because I went on and of course picked them up at the bins, and then I got home in front of my ring light and I noticed that it had color transfer, and I was like, damn. The good thing is that since these are like a dark gray, you could barely tell. I guess if somebody put a ring light to your shorts, then they'll probably be able to notice. But other than that, you can't even see it to the regular eye. But I did price these a little bit lower just because of the flaw and the fact that J. Jill just doesn't sell, you know, for a lot in general. So had to be mindful of all the things. So they sent me a $12 offer. I think I had it priced at $18, and I felt like, hey, I'm cool with 12 just because, you know, it is flawed and it's pretty worn. Like, the thighs were a little worn in between. Gloria now would not have picked these up just because of the wear on them. But they sold for 12. I did pay $1.33, so I only made a profit of $7.72 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is another disappointing sale. This is an 𝕊𝕇 dress. I at one point was selling a lot of this brand, so I just continued to pick it up, and then out of nowhere it just kind of stopped. So this one's kind of giving me TravisMathew vibes. If you sell TravisMathew, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, where it was doing real good and then just out of nowhere it just stopped, and then now you have to price it pretty low to get it out the door. So I had this one priced, I want to say at $20. They sent me a $15 offer. I did go and look at all of my other platforms, even though $15 is not bad. And I noticed that it had no attention on it, so I was like, of course I'm gonna go ahead and accept it just so I can get it out the door. I didn't want to sit on it any longer. I think I still have 2 more pieces, and I recently sourced one, and I knew that I shouldn't have, but I was just so desperate for inventory. I'm just like, I gotta get something. But I just don't do that well with their dresses, and honestly it could be the styles that I'm picking up. Maybe they're just not the it girl, but I don't know, just not a brand for me. I don't really gravitate to it anymore. I don't even get excited when I see it anymore like how I used to, because it just used to be a fast flip. It was like no matter what I pick up, it would sell, but not anymore. But I did pay $1.01 for this, and I made a profit of $10.99 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a men's 𝕊𝕊𝕄𝕄𝕇 summer comfort shirt. I have been having a lot of luck selling this brand. It's been slowing down as of late, unfortunately, but I still pick it up when I'm at the bins because I feel like I can still make a really good profit on it no matter what. So I do pick up the polos still, and try to, you know, pick up the performance golfing stuff, not really like the cotton ones or like shirts or anything like that. I pick up the shorts, all the things, especially because we are like in the thick of the golfing season, and this is the best time to have these type of items in your closet to, you know, make sure you continue to make money. But this one actually sold for my full asking price of $32. I did pay $1.02 for it at the Goodwill Outlet, and I made a profit of $24.08 after fees and cost of goods. And this was a pretty decent flip, and it was pretty quick. I want to say maybe a couple of weeks, if that. So I was really happy with this sale. These are some Prada shorts. I actually sourced these at a different Goodwill Outlet here in Dallas, Texas. I believe it's in Fort Worth. But Prada is one of those brands you have to be really, really, really careful with, because you'll pick up something and then it'll be sitting for months and months and months. So you definitely want to be mindful of it. These were kind of like some cargo hiking shorts, so I knew that these would perform. I didn't price them high because that was something that I used to always run into before, was my pricing strategy. It was no good, you know. Pricing things at what you want to price it at is not going to work for your business, but pricing things at what the market tells you that it's worth is the best for your business. So I priced these accordingly, and they sent me a $27 offer. I thought that was incredibly reasonable, so I accepted it. But I did have it priced at $32. I was looking to get about $20 to $25 for it, so that $27 offer was perfect for me. So I did pay $1.49 for these, and I did make a profit of $20.11 after fees and cost of goods. These are a pair of Levi bootcut jeans. Now, this brand is so incredibly oversaturated. So I was pretty mindful when I picked these up, and the only reason why I got them was because they were a size 33, which is a size 16, which is, I want to say, on the lower end of plus size. So I got them. They were a dark wash, they were boot cut, and I just thought, you know, these would do decently. At the very least, I'd get about 20 bucks for them. So I didn't mind grabbing them. And I want to say these sat maybe for about 3 or 4 months. I still felt like they were going to sell. I used to pick up the skinnies, and they used to perform. I used to be able to sell it for about 20, 25, but out of nowhere, skinny jeans just stopped being popular. So I was just like, you know what, I ain't picking them up no more. So I just completely stopped picking up Levi's, because I would either come across the 7-Eleven or the like, you know, vintage Y2K ones, and I noticed that those don't perform that well for me unless they're like in men's. So I don't even pick them up anymore. I can't even tell you the last time I picked up Levi's. Well, no, I take that back. I did pick up a pair, but it was like a white oak, which is like really, really expensive right now. So I'm excited to see how those are gonna do. But anyways, these actually sold for $28. I did pay $1.15 for them, and I made a profit of $21.25 after fees and cost of goods. This is a piece that I actually just showed y'all in my reseller vlog, if I'm not mistaken. The brand is called New York, Andrew Mark, I don't know, it's a lot going on. But I only picked this up because it was a linen piece, and linen is just like the it girl right now. So when I see it, I pick it up. Of course, I vet the style and all the things. But this one was kind of like a decent style because it was a button down, but kind of like a boxy fit button down, not really like a fitted top. and it was a medium, and it was a red colorway, and I don't think I came across the red colorway in linen just yet, so I was excited to grab it. This one did sell for $25, and I did pay $105 for it, and I made a profit of $18.95 after fees and cost of goods. And I definitely pick it up again. I kind of don't know when I'm going to slow down with picking up linen, just because it has been selling. But it's almost kind of like how the transition is when it comes to transitioning out of the winter and into the spring. You kind of don't want to keep picking up stuff that people are not going to be purchasing. So I'm like on the fence. So I'm going to make sure that I vet the item to make sure that it'll be worth bringing home. These are a pair of men's Abercrombie & Fitch linen pants. I don't even know why I continue to pick up men's Abercrombie & Fitch, because the brand just does not perform for me in the men's category. But since these were linen, I thought, hey, maybe somebody would love these. I had them priced at $25. They got attention across all platforms. However, nobody was really looking for them. So I'm starting to think that Abercrombie & Fitch is, of course, like a Gen Z brand. So I gotta think like Gen Z is probably not gonna be one to buy stuff like this secondhand. They want to buy vintage secondhand, where they paid like better amounts for it, not you know, a lot for these. So with the price at $25, they sent me a $15 offer. It did have attention on all platforms, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go, because I don't really want to battle over $3 to $5 more. And you know, I just know now that I won't be picking up Abercrombie & Fitch in men's anymore. But this one sold for $15. I did pay $1.15 for it, and I made a profit of $10.85 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this is another 𝕊𝕊 piece. Ironically enough, I've actually had this one for, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months now. So I've been telling y'all that I'm pulling items to sell to, well, I'm going to try to sell it to another YouTuber that's in my area. And I actually pulled this one to sell to him, and it actually received an offer. I think my bot sent them out an offer. They countered, and I was like, that's fine. But these typically go for about $30 minimum for me. So when I received the $25 counter offer, I was just like, you know what, it's fine, because I had already pulled it to, you know, sell to the other guy. So might as well make some more money off of it. But I did pay 98 cents for this at the Goodwill Outlet, and I made a profit of $19.02 after fees and cost of goods. This one actually shocked me. The brand is called 𝕊𝕃𝔸𝕃, I want to say. Yeah, 𝕊𝕃𝔸𝕃. And it's just this really pretty like zebra stripe shift dress. Now I actually picked this up, I want to say in November. It didn't get listed till most likely February, because I do wait for the season to come to list, you know, seasonality pieces. So this one clearly was relisted multiple times since then, and I had noticed it got quite a bit of attention on it these past couple of you know, days. So I received a question, and I was able to answer it. They ghosted me, and then I received another question from somebody completely different. I told them, hey, I'll be able to get you the answer on Monday when I'm with the item. Next thing I know, somebody comes in and buys the item. So I felt kind of bad for the lady, but that's kind of what happens when you are a person that needs additional measurements aside from the ones that are already provided. Somebody can come in and, you know, grab the item. And this item had like 3 lipers on it. So I knew when I first picked it up that it was gonna perform decently. I just didn't know that it was gonna take this long to sell. Let me know if you've ever sold 𝕊𝕃𝔸𝕃. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all the info. So this one sold for $46. I did pay $1.21 for it, and I made a profit of $35.59 after fees and cost of goods. This is a brand called Sims. I actually just sourced this one, so this is a really quick turnaround. Just a women's like hoodie top. I believe this is a fishing brand, if I'm not mistaken. This one did have a flaw on the hood, so I didn't want to price it too high. So I had it, I want to say priced at $32. My bot sent them an offer of $25. They accepted it. I no longer do discounted shipping. I want to say in mid-May is when I actually took off discounted shipping, because I already priced the items pretty low, so I don't want to lose more money. And that's actually helped me on the back end to, you know, make more of a profit on my items. That $2 really does eat into your profit, especially when you're doing volume like me. I feel like you do it a little bit, it's fine, but a lot is gonna affect it. But this one sold for $25. I did pay $1.24, and I made a profit of $18.76 after fees and cost of goods. This is a PJ Salvage pajama set. This one I actually picked up for myself when I was incredibly denial about my weight. So I ended up just trying to make it work, and then I ended up purging my closet when it was getting close to time for me to move out the house. So I went on and listed this one, and I priced it incredibly high, like $45. I don't even know what I was thinking, but I priced it high, and nobody got it. So then I eventually lowered the price, and it sold, so we love that. And I don't think I would pick this up again unless it was at the bins, and then I just make sure I price it pretty low, like on the lower end of $30, just so I can get it out the door. And this one sold for $24. Like I told you, it was for myself, so I did not have a cost of goods, but I did make the $24.76 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a men's Adidas like windbreaker. I picked this up like 6 months ago, I want to say. I had checked very quick comps on it, and you know, the 3X in men for Adidas was performing okay. I mean, the sell-through rate wasn't like high, but it was decent. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I did have this one priced high, and you know, nobody was really biting. So when it came time for me to relist it every single month, I just kind of lowered the price little by little, and I think it got down to $27.90 something. And somebody asked me, could I do 22? I told them yes. So then I sent them the offer, and they went on and accepted it. And I did pay 84 cents for this at the Goodwill Outlet. That's how y'all know I got the item before, I want to say February, because February is when the outlet actually went up on their you know, price. So I used to get everything under $1. I miss those days. Now I'm like, you know, barely doing like $1.20 and all of that. So, you know, it's still cheap, but it ain't as cheap because now it cuts into my profit. I kind of did the math on it. I'm spending probably like a little over $100 additionally a month. This one actually sold for $22. I did pay 84 cents for it, and I did make a profit of $18.68 after fees and cost of goods. So this is actually a J. Jill like linen blend cardigan. I picked this up, and I think I picked it up like earlier this year. I did list it, and I tried to price it like lower, because around the time that I picked this up, J. Jill had completely slowed down for me. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to be pricing J. Jill higher anymore on the higher end of comps. I'm going to be pricing it on the lower end of comps. And I did that with this, and it's still sad. So, you know, what can you do? It just really oversaturated. But I went on and relisted this. Sold for $17.97. I paid $1, so I made a profit of $14.95 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is an Eli Cattleman men pearl snap top. You know, I don't even know. I'll be honest, I don't even know. I had this one for quite some time. I did hear about it on one of the male resellers that I watch, and I think I came across like 3 pieces, and one of them had sold fairly quickly, so I was like, you know what, maybe this is a good brand to pick up. So when I come across it at the bins, I grab it, and this one took a while. This one took like maybe 3 or 4 months to sell. I don't know if I'll pick it up again. Honestly, I do know I'm not picking it up again. Unless it's a slow day at the bins, then I'll entertain it. But other than that, it's not really a brand that I care for, because I don't know, it just doesn't spark joy. But this one sold for $16.97. I did pay $1.15 for it, so I did make a profit of $15.71 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a Lilly Pulitzer Luxe Ledic like full zip sweater situation. I think this is like my third time picking up this brand, this 𝕊𝕋𝕸𝕃 line. I found a lot of Lily Pulitzer living here in the South, but I was really happy with this one because I did source it at the bin, so I knew that I was going to make a decent amount on it. Sorry about that, y'all. The camera died. But anyways, I think I was just trying to say that I price Lily Pulitzer up a little bit more when it's a larger size, because I know that it's going to perform pretty much better than a smaller size. So this one actually sold for $40.79. Looks like I sent them an offer, and I did pay $1.04 for it, and I made a profit of $34.68 after fees and cost of goods. This was a exciting flip. This is a collaboration with H&M with a brand called 𝕸𝕽𝕄𝕝. It is a linen blend, like really pretty floral midi dress. The only problem is that it did have a missing belt, so that really sucked, but you know, what can you do? But I picked it up anyways just because it was a larger size. This one got attention on all platforms. So I was excited to see how much it was going to sell for and what platform it was going to sell on. But this particular person came in and bought it for my full asking price. I only have this one listed for a month and a half. So I know moving forward, maybe I need to look into more H&M collaborations, because I'll be honest with you guys, if this wasn't like a linen blend, I don't think I really would have cared too much to look into it, just because I don't know who your 𝕸𝕽𝕄𝕝 is, but her pieces clearly are sought after, so definitely pick it up when you see it. Of course, you know, do your own research, but I know for me, moving forward, if I come across that brand, I'll definitely look more into it. But this one sold for $64.98. I did pay $1.16 for it at the Goodwill Outlet, and I did make a profit of $56.30 after fees and cost of goods. These are some Zara like cargo pants. I actually picked these up because I thought they were women cargo pants, because cargo, you know, style is really in right now. So I was really disappointed when I found out that they were men's, because I knew I wasn't going to get as much. Typically with any like fast fashion, you know, mall brands, I feel like men aren't, you know, willing to pay a little bit more for the item like how women are. So try not to pick too much of it up. But this one still sold fairly quickly. It got a lot of attention. I'd probably pick it up again just because this was a pretty quick turnaround. But this one sold for $18.69. I didn't price it high just because, like I told y'all, men don't pay, you know, a premium price for mall brands. And when I say premium, I mean like $25, $30. They'll pay, you know, $15, $20. But anyways, this one actually sold for $18.69. I did pay $1.20 for it, so I made a profit of $15.22 after fees and cost of goods, which I'm cool with. That actually meets my metrics of a $15 net profit after, you know, fees and cost of goods on men's items. So we love that. These are a pair of cut from the cloth shorts. I picked these up, I want to say earlier this year, and I kind of regret it once I did my actual research, because these took a while to sell. So we're talking about 4 to 5 months, but that was my fault because, like I said, I didn't do any research. I was just like, oh, I've sold cut from the cloth before. People look after this brand, da da da. Then I get home and I look up this exact style and I see the selling point for it and the sell-through rate, and it wasn't good. So I was like, oh man, but you know, it happens. But this one actually sold through an offer to watchers for $14.42, and I did pay $1.26 for it, and I made a profit of $11.59 after fees and cost of goods, which actually does not meet my metrics of that $15 profit, but you know, can't be too upset. All right, so this is a 𝕊𝕄𝕝 women's like pop over top. I think it's cotton, very lightweight. But this one was a pretty quick flip because I feel like I just sourced this maybe like 3 weeks ago. So it was a really fast turnaround. 𝕊𝕄𝕝 is one of those brands that I used to get so excited to find. Now, since I do find it, you know, a little bit more, I don't get that excited. But I do understand, like, okay, this will be a quick $20 bill. Like, This is a brand that I'll make, you know, a quick $20 on, depending on what it is. If it's something a little bit more substantial, like a robe that has like a really pretty print. If it's like a larger size, then I know for a fact I'll be getting more. But for a piece like this, I expected about $15 to $20 for it. But this one actually sold for $25.48. But I did pay $1.15 for this, and I made a profit of $21.54 after fees and cost of goods. I am so sleepy. And I still have to get my listings done for the day. I'm gonna have to drink some coffee. Well, it might be too late for coffee, child. All right, so this is actually a Chico skirt. This is new with tags. I think I found this like 4 or 5 months ago. Chico's is a bread and butter for me. I have called myself getting better with what I'm picking up. I try to pay attention to what has been selling in my closet from the brand, and then I try to stick to that. So this one was definitely like a wild card. I don't think I've ever picked up any type of pieces that are like a skirt, something like this. So this one did take a while to sell. Like I said, like 4 to 6 months to actually sell. And it's only sold for $16.95 with it being new with tags. But I did only pay 91 cents for it, and I made a profit of $14.21 after fees and costs of goods. I really need to make a cup of coffee, y'all. Like, I'm about to fall asleep. So this is a guided series top. This is another item that I had pulled that was gonna be sold for like $2 to the guy that I planned on selling my items to. But somebody came in and purchased it, so we love that. So I actually made some money off of this. I had this one for a long time. I want to say like 6 to 7 to 8 months. I feel like it was peak time. I want to say like last summer really is when I started watching like male YouTubers. Prior to that, I'd never watched any of them, so it kind of like sparked me into picking up more and more men's items and trying to test out more and more items, and it was just not a good situation for me, because when you are, you know, getting your feet wet in a category like the men's category, it's better to do your research. But I wasn't doing my research. I think I was looking at comps, but I wasn't like checking them. Like I would go and look and see, is this item selling? So if I, you know, do the sold to regular listed and I see that, oh, people are buying it, then I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I didn't look at, you know, the price point that it was selling for and the saturation of the item. So a year ago Gloria is completely different from this Gloria now. Like, I just been getting so much better with time, and I feel like that's all you can do in a business like this, is you just continue to gain more knowledge. All right, so this one actually sold for $14.95. I did pay 89 cents for it, and I made a profit of $12.38 after fees and costs of goods. All right, this one kind of shocked me because I actually just listed this, and it did have a few flaws on it. It's an Athleta dress. You know, the girls do tell you that Athleta is just not the it girl, and I'll be honest, I don't think it is. But I do pick up certain pieces that are still within like 2 to 3 years, or just the style is, you know, could be considered current, and this one kind of was. With Athleta, I feel like you do need to try to find not necessarily the stock photo, but definitely the type of item. So Athleta does provide like a code for you to find the exact item, so it's always good to get that name, because you'll be able to sell it a lot quicker. But anyways, this one literally sold, I want to say the next day for my full asking price, which I was really shocked about. The flaws were very faint, so I didn't price it that low, but I did price it lower than I would have had it not have flaws on it. But this one sold for $24.99, and I did pay $1.26 for it, and I made a profit of $20.70 after fees and cost of goods. These are a pair of Pilcro corduroy pants. I think I sourced these maybe like a month and a half ago. I found 2 pairs. I found these and a pair of pink ones, same size. I initially thought about lotting them up, but since I've been struggling with trying to get 25 listings up for the day, I went on and kept them separated. I noticed that this particular color got more attention than the pink ones, which I thought it was going to be the complete opposite. But this one actually sold for my full asking price, and I was really happy about it, because Pilcro and the letterpress is actually like the older style. So if you find Pilcro, then you know that it's a current style. But if you find Pilcro and the letterpress, then it is an older style. But This one actually sold for $32.98, and I did pay $1.20 for it at the Goodwill Outlet, and I made a profit of $27.46 after fees and cost of goods. I'm really trying to stuff this in this tiny ass poly mailer. So this was just a random style pickup, more so a size style pickup collaboration. But this brand is called Stevie, which is like a vintage brand, and it's just like this satin cami. It wasn't extra large, and that was the main reason why I was like, oh, let me get it. I tried to use like, I want to say it was like feminine, you know, the feminine keyword. I think I used some other like girly keywords to pull in the right buyer, because this one actually was getting a lot of attention on Mercari. That's where I actually thought it was going to sell. That's why I specifically sell on 4 different platforms now, because you just never know where your buyer is actually going to be. Like, yeah, it's convenient to sell on one platform because you don't have to worry about, you know, things double selling, but at the same time, you're missing out on so much money when you don't cross list. This one actually sold for my full asking price of $16.99. I did pay $1.04 for it at the Goodwill Outlet, and I made a total of $14.07 after fees and cost of goods. This one kind of shocked me. This is a Free People sweater. Also sourced this at the Beams. I went against my better judgment because I'm like, this looks really like pilly and all the things, but I was like, you know what, maybe that's the style, and it actually was, thank God. But I was shocked that this actually sold for my full asking price. I had priced it kind of high because I'm like, this is most likely going to sit at the very least until the fall time. So when I price stuff out of season, I don't price it at what I would price it while it's in season, just because I don't want somebody to, you know, send me a crazy ass low ball because it's out of season, because that's what typically happens. You price something that is not in season, people are like, oh, well, I know they're trying to get rid of it, so let me send them a, you know, a crazy offer, and hopefully they'll accept it. And maybe 9 times out of 10 you do accept it because you do want to get rid of it, but not me. I'll sit on it, buddy. So that's why I don't, you know, list out of season too often. But this one I think I have for about 2 weeks now. And again, like I told y'all, you know, Free People is a bread and butter for me now. Before I used to get so excited to find it, but now, you know, I come across it so much that it's like I leave so much of it behind. But this one was worth picking up. So this one sold for $29.98. Looks like I relisted it and it sold. I did pay $1.08 for it, and I made a profit of $25.01 after fees and cost of goods. This is a brand called 𝕀ℕ𝕊. Honestly, not a brand that I would commit to memory. I only picked it up because they were pink, they were high rise, they were wide leg, and they were in style. Those trouser style pants that got the flare and the wide leg to them, they're really, really on trend. So I make sure that I put the right keywords to get the right buyer. Thank God. So we got this one out the door for $23.98, which is my full asking price. I didn't price it that high because it's not a brand that I would sell, and I think it's a boutique brand, 𝕀ℕ𝕊. Let me know if you sell 𝕀ℕ𝕊. I think that's how you say it. I don't even think I'm saying it right. But this one sold for $23.98. I did pay $1.11 for it, so I made a profit of $20.10 after fees, cost of goods. The first thing to sell was actually this really cute 𝕃_CREW like off the shoulder swimsuit. I have been hearing leading up to, you know, springtime that 𝕃_CREW bathing suits are really popular. So when I saw this one, I got excited, and then it had no attention on it. So I was just like, interesting. This is a really pretty color. Like, what's going on? Y'all said 𝕃_CREW sells. It's not selling. Because I'm just so used to stuff, you know, getting attention and like flipping within a month. So I gotta get out of that mindset. But this one probably took maybe 6 weeks to sell, so it was still a pretty quick turnaround. I just thought that it was gonna sell a little bit quicker. But someone sent me an offer of 26. I think I had it priced at 32. I accepted it because I thought 26 is a really good price point, given the fact that on Mercari there are no fees for the seller. So whatever the item sells for, that's how much is going to get deposited into your account. So I thought $26 was completely okay. And I did pay 53 cents for this at the Goodwill Outlet, and I made a profit of $25.47 after fees and cost of goods. The person that checked me out this day I think they used the wars or wares, I'm not sure, button instead of clothes. So my cost of goods was really low. And I remember looking at my receipt that day because I'm like, damn, I should have got more stuff. Like, y'all was only gonna be charging me, you know, 53 cents. But yeah, this is a 𝕊𝕋𝕇 men's like stretchy office performance outdoor, I don't even know, whatever you want to call it, shirt. What's so funny is that I bought 3 of them at the bins. They were all plus sizes, not plus sizes, they were like 2XLs. And I should have lotted them together, but I didn't. And I priced them really high because they were 2Xs. And they had been sitting. So when I came across this one, I was like, oh, I don't think I should pick it up. This brand doesn't do that well. However, I actually looked up the comps and the sell-through rate on this specific style, and it was actually doing really well. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. And of course, I priced it accordingly. And I priced it at $32 because I was trying to get about, you know, $20, $25 for it, because that's what it was selling for, about $20 to $25. And they sent me a $26 offer, and of course I accepted it. That's also another thing that I do on Mercari. I price my items right above the amount that I actually want on them, just so I can accept any offer that they send me, because I do think that that definitely helps with the algorithm. This is actually the last little kids piece that I picked up. I think I picked this up maybe like 2 weeks ago. And I had already said that I wasn't picking up children's clothes anymore. At first I said I'm gonna just like stop, but I said no, I'll just like be real specific with what I grab. Pink Chicken is a decent brand. I wanted to kind of stick to items that I could, you know, list for 25 and then sell for 20. So I can still meet my metrics of the $15 net profit after fees and cost of goods. So I made sure to check comps, and this is a pretty decent brand for the most part, depending on what you get. This is a really cute little girl's dress, so I knew that this one was gonna perform decently. But I priced it at $25, and this one had got like, I wanna say 2 offers on it on Poshmark for $15. And although that was like incredibly reasonable, I still was not satisfied with $15 because I know that I could get $20 on it with the right buyer. So I ended up sending out aggressive offers on Mercari, and this person accepted it, and it was $18. That's not really technically aggressive, but it was my lowest that I wanted for the item. And yeah, so it sold for $18. I did pay $1.04 for it, and I made a net profit of $16.96 after fees and cost of goods. This is a cute little Pilcro and the letterpress jacket. I picked this up, and then like once I got home, I had noticed that when I would receive a like on it, they would quickly take the like off. And it's because it's like a crop like denim jacket, and I don't really know if crop denim jackets are in right now, so I think that kind of detoured them. But this one was a size large, so I was so happy when I found it. I'm like, oh, this one's gonna do great. But nope. So I actually did the same thing on this one. This one was priced, I want to say, at $35. I was trying to get about 20, you know, 25 to 28 for it, but nope. It was a pretty slow weekend on Mercari. I think I had only made like 2 sales. So out of 10 pages on Mercari, I sent out offers on things that were liked by 2 or more people, just so it can give it like that, you know, oh, I should hurry up and get this because I don't want the other person to get it. So I did that, and it didn't work. I think I only made like 2 sales from it, which was this one and the Pink Chicken. The other items were, you know, items that sold and somebody sent me an offer on. So, but this one sold for $20. I did pay $1.53 for it, and I made a profit of $18.47 after fees and cost of goods. All right, then the last thing to sell on Mercari were these 5'11" tactical women pants. I have been seeing that a few resellers had said that this brand is slowing down. I don't know. I guess it just maybe depends on what you're picking up, because you'd have to just check and see if the size that you have is saturated or not. But I have like 100% sell-through rate with 5'11" tactical, especially their pants. I think I've recently sourced 2 tops, one in women's and one in men's. Now those haven't received any attention, but their pants, I feel like they do perform really well. I didn't know that this is kind of like an EMT or like a officer type of pant. So they're always looking out for these because they are very durable. But this one actually sold for $25. They sent me an offer and I accepted it. Like I said, I accept all offers on Mercari because Mercari actually caps all of the offers at like 25%, I want to say. You can't offer anything more than 25%. So of course people will send like an offer in the messages like, hey, would you do so-and-so price? And I don't accept those offers because clearly they're, you know, much lower than what I actually want on the item. Depending on the item, sometimes I will, you know, say yes if I've had it for a long time, if I want it to be gone, whatever the case is. But other than that, I say no. All right, and then our one lonesome Depop sale. It is this really pretty quilted jacket. It is actually reversible, which I thought was really cool. I think I showed y'all in a reseller vlog. Someone did tell me to check inside the pockets, but it wasn't in pockets. So I was just like, damn. Because I did try to look for this exact item to try to see what brand it was, but I couldn't find anything. So I just priced it pretty high because I'm like, it's reversible. You get 2 jackets in one. It's quilted and it's kind of lightweight too. So it's like a versatile jacket. But this one actually was purchased at my full asking price. This one sold for $45 and I paid $1.04 for it, and I made a profit of $37.08 after fees and cost of goods. What type of fees do Depop take to be taking $8 from sales? That's crazy. I don't even promote my items over there. $8 in fees, that's almost 20%. But that is all that I have. I'm exhausted. It is literally about to be 3 p.m. And I'm actually about to make me a cup of coffee, and I'm sure I'm gonna regret it tonight, but I'm about to fall asleep, and I still have to get my listing done for the day. I still gotta photograph and steam and measure and list and cross list. So yeah, I need some coffee. Let me know down below how your sales have been so far for the month of June. Are they good? Are they bad? Are you barely making it? But thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. This is another disappointing sale. This is a 𝕊𝕃𝕇𝕃. Why do I keep saying 𝕊𝕃𝕇𝕃?